I'd give birth to Levana in November 2000, and when she was just about 4 months old, she started going in a baby walker, so I thought she was going to be an early walker. So I put her to bed one night, everything was fine, and in the morning I thought, God, she's sleeping in. I don't know why she's sleeping in. She was always an early riser. So I took her out of her cot, and she was just going all purple, and I remember her eyes being black, just fully dilated. So we went to the doctor's surgery, and she was just unconscious in my hands by this time. And he took one look at her and asked the people to leave, and he jabbed her straight away. He just seemed to be on the ball. He seemed to know just by looking at her that it was meningitis. And then I sort of looked and thought, I've heard of that. I still didn't really know the ins and outs. I just thought she was going to be brain damaged or she was going to die. With that, the ambulance came to the doctor's surgery, blue lighted straight to the hospital in Cheltenham where they worked on her. Her arms were going black, her legs, toes were obviously dead, and they were blistering straight away, big bubbles, blisters, and I was just thinking, oh my God, what on earth's going on? I didn't think meningitis did that. Got took to a little room and said, she's very, very poorly. We don't think she's actually going to make it. And I think she was in a coma for about 10 days then. I spent 4.5 months at Frenchay, where they had a high dependency unit. She had her legs amputated because we didn't know how far off they were going to come. And then it was just a skin care because her body, from the waist down, it just looks like it'd been chewed up and spat out. It was a complete mess. I've always been so proud of what she's achieved from a very young age. Everything she was doing was just really, really brilliant. And then to go to mother and baby, it hit me like a plank of wood across the head that how can she cope with no legs? It was like not what she could do, what she couldn't actually do, and the kids were running around. They were on bikes and scooters and climbing. My daughter's not the same as everybody else because I've been so focused on what she could do, how she could sit up, how she could eat, how she could crawl, how she's found a way to do all that after everything she went through. And I was just shocked that actually she couldn't do it. She's not the same as everybody else, and she's not today, 10 years on. She works round her problems. She can walk, she can play, and she'll keep up with the best of them. But on a bad day, she can't even walk an inch. And she relies on her wheelchair. It's our life, and we've adjusted to it. And I've pushed Levana into everything I could possibly find her, from horse riding to karate to swimming to everything, to find something that she will be good at and to get the fitness that she needs, because she's not as fast as everybody else. She will need another external fixator put on her right stump because it's very small. That was probably one of the worst experiences then that I have come across, because it's a case of they've got this frame on her leg and you've got to turn the screws and the bolts, and technically you're re-breaking her leg every time you're turning bolts, and then the pins drag up through the skin. You've got to push the skin down and put clips on it to try and encourage the skin not to grow, and she's looking at you and she's screaming and she's begging and looking at you straight in your eye. And this one day she wasn't even crying, she was just looking at me with tears. She'd gone past the pain, and I just got to the point where I can't do it. Her dad's pinning her down at the top end of the bed and singing to her, and he just said, you've got to do it. He said, it's for her own good. But when your daughter's looking at you, willing you, please stop. It's horrible. I hated it. I hated every minute of that frame. Scarring is getting a bit tight. So we think at one point she will need another skin graft, but whether I'm brave enough to go through that again, I mean, Levana as well, I think she's got to that age where she knows it's going to hurt, therefore she doesn't want it done. But maybe there's a way we can get around that. She's just really, really brilliant, and I just love her so much because every day is a challenge to her, and every day I see different challenges but it's just the way that she lives her life.